Let's see, where is it? Oh, is this? Let's see here. Godwinson, sir. How you doing?
Welcome home, sir.
It's been a long time, you know. I felt like a lot of people were waiting for me to turn back to the old me, Godwinson.
A lot of people had counted you out last week. A lot of people thought you were out of the game, but they forget. I guess people have got a short memory, particularly Fuentes. He deserves everything he fucking gets, Ralph. And it's about time we're sort of pouring gasoline over all of this shit. No more pretending. No more looking the other way. The guy's a faggot. The reality is, the boss, he was a fag the whole time.
Yes. He was a fag the whole time. He was a piece of shit the whole time. And I did look the other way. I'm not going to lie. I looked the other way and made excuses and, try to sweep. I was doing my own sweeping, quite frankly. You know what I mean? And part of it was because I thought this guy was my friend.
No more.
The broom has been broken. I'm not sweeping for this faggot. And to me, it's serious enough to actually clear the decks of everything.
George Floyd sent $3 One more thing,
yes.
Now that you be able to talk about this,
Even
why does
Gator.
that potbelly, 3'6" dwarven hobbit, Beardson look so much like Ronnie McNutt? And will he
let's
McNutt
just reflect
himself?
on fucking tonight's event, shall we?
Yes.
This reminds me of earth-shaking, history-making fucking events like Spencer versus Soccer. Except you didn't even have a chance to fucking go it, Fuentes. It was like a turn-based JRPG. That was what it was like.
That's exactly what it was like. That's exactly. And it was, I told people this already, but it was kind of, it's a little exhausting too. You know what I mean? Because you're not even really having a normal conversation, and it's this back and forth, and you're waiting, and then you got to unpause. You got to like unpause the audio on theirs, and then switch back to mine, and it's like exhausting. And this little faggot who said he didn't want to engage with me, still sat there and fucking had a game of telephone for like 2 or 3 hours, right? Clearly.
The thing is, Fuentes, he's not fast on his feet. He wouldn't be able to go at you one-on-one.
No.
He's not fast on his feet. He's waiting for his capos to feed him shit.
That's right.
He needs the turn-based system. He ain't going to make it in sort of real time, unfortunately.
Well, he's not actually the knife. That was a false creation. You know what I mean? He's not actually that quick.
AstroTurf twig,
Yes.
I think you might say.
That's exactly what I called him yesterday. I think maybe you heard me say that. An AstroTurf twink who really was never that guy. And you saw it today. I mean, if he's so big and badass, and if I'm this big joke, well, why wouldn't he face me one-on-one, right? 1v1. That used to be, like, imagine him in 2018 backing down from a 1v1 against me. You know what I mean? Like, the guy is just completely...
Unheard of
It's
back
unheard
in 2018.
of. Yeah, it's unheard of. Like, the guy just completely pussed out. And then everything he was saying was untrue. And then they're showing pictures of Ashton, and like it's like that's not even me, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Now, I mean, that was me getting my ass kicked in Portugal or whatever, but some of it was real. But you're just resorting to the dirtiest, just absolute lies, and I'm just hitting him with the straight facts, time after time. And I truly do believe that he's most likely a federal informant, because I had never seen that video before, Godwinson, not the whole thing. And I watched that through, and it's like, this guy should be in jail.
It's going that way. I think he's going to go all the way to the Epstein fucking ending. The Epstein ending will probably be where Fuentes ends up. Was it a suicide? Is where it'll end up.
I was talking with one of your fellow countrymen, and they kind of suspected that might be the actual finale as well. We
got to say, Ralph, these guys are evil. What they were doing, harboring Ali Alexander. Ali Alexander, by the way, Fuentes was his first, sight. Fuentes knew what he was. Fuentes was actually contacted way before and asked for, dick pics and solicited nudes. And he still let him in. He let the fox into the hen coop. In order to what? Act as... I mean, he was a honeypot. And offering up those poor young boys to Ali Alexander to slide in their DMs, molest, I guess, and then sweep it up for and offer hush money to whenever the victims wanted to speak out. It's evil. It needs to burn.
I agree. It's completely evil. And I'm not joking. This is not me putting on an act. I believe that this is an evil man and an evil organization that needs to be brought down, and it's important enough to put all this petty bullshit to the side, quite frankly.
For real, total amnesty.
Yeah, total amnesty.
I mean, Fuentes is a total fucking psycho, weirdo, little asexual. I mean, probably a fag.
Yeah.
But if not probably a fag, then definitely some sort of weird freak. I don't know how you can be. I mean, what's he in his mid to late 20s? How can you never have touched a pussy by that time?
It's like...
And as well, we've heard stories of women literally throwing themselves at him, but he simply can't perform or react. It's
just, I don't know, man. He's just a really weird, freaky, evil person. And I was talking with somebody, and they said he didn't used to be this way. He's gotten a taste for the absolute just evilness and the absolute cruelty. Not that I can't do some cruel shit here and there, but he's like actually evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's gotten a taste for it.
You know that. 0.0182
One sec.
XMR.
Let me turn
Total
this
amnesty.
Total
Calling
amnesty.
all white men.
Hold
Attack
on.
the mystery meat spick hybrid Nick Fuentes and his movement with no mercy. Summon all your
Fair
grill.
cash. Hold on.
Defend Ralph from this vile golem of the Jews. Race mixed test tube baby Jewish science experiment gone wrong.
How can they talk so long on this? Thank you. All right, go ahead, Godwinson, by the way.
Yeah, he's a weird, sick motherfucker, and it's about time his whole... What a fucking joke the movement is, by the way. If a sober Ethan Ralph can just fuck it up in... How long's it? It's not even been a week.
No.
Has it been a week? It's barely even been a week. That's the strength of this movement.
Not even a week, and we have brought like serious punishment. Their site is fucking dead. They have a 45-year-old whore as their top streamer now, right? I mean, besides Fuentes himself, just complete. And then the fact that he wouldn't face me, I can't get over that. I can't get over that at all. Like,
I kind of got over the fact that to prove he wasn't gay, he admitted that Jaden McJudas tried to kiss him at Spider-Man. I rest my case, Your Honor. What do you think of that, Ralph? Is that true? I mean, because
I don't know.
Behind the scenes, I'd heard that story. I was told that by one of the cozy guys.
I was told that too, but I tend to think it's just something that Nick made up, honestly. And the reason I say that is because, you look through and it's like, well, he lies about everything else. He was the one acting really weird towards Jaden. He was the one taking pictures of this nigga while he's asleep, and not just one or two.
Yeah.
I mean, like a whole fucking folder. I mean, that's weird. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's just really fucking strange. What is this you're linking from Keemstar? Keemstar was working up. Keemstar doesn't even care, by the way. I was the one who created that whole fucking stream. Leafy ought to be sending me a check, is what he ought to be sending me. Because
instead, Leafy wanted a fucking bribe to let you on the call.
Could you hear that?
Could you believe greasy shit?
I couldn't even believe that. I was like, "Are you serious? $0, nigga? I'm not giving you any fucking money. Are you crazy? Like, what the fuck?" And then, of course, he's gonna protect this faggot anyway, right? Like, he wouldn't let me on the call the whole time, which I do understand a little bit. But it's like, okay, then why are we doing this fucking little gay ass game of telephone? But I wanted to get at him so bad. I wanted to get these facts out there so badly that I just went ahead and participated anyway. So, and you notice he did face Jade.
Leafy constantly saying, "Oh, I'm just trying to decipher what's going on." Yeah. How can you not decipher the blatantly fucking obvious flaming homosexual sat in front of you? I don't understand how that's it's like he's reading some hieroglyphics. It's like he's trying to figure it out. Like, it's Nick Fuentes, Leafy.
And it's right there in your. He wouldn't even play the Catboy video. And there were several videos of mine that he wouldn't even pull up because he knew how damning they were. Like, he was
playing favorites.
Oh yeah,
playing favorite.
I mean,
I can understand where Leafy was coming from in a way, because in many ways he was trying to keep it even for a bit.
Yeah,
he was trying to string it out for money and views. That's what he was trying to do. But he fucked it. He was too transparent with his playing of the favorites.
Just completely. Yeah,
you'll let Fuentes play a COD clip, but you won't let the Catboy date play. You won't let like the tranny clip play where he's flirting with that Nickaboo 32.
Yeah.
Openly, in the air, by the way, publicly.
Right. On his show.
Wouldn't let like.
He's like, oh, this is too boring.
Tranny tweets.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too boring. Yeah. I don't understand what I'm seeing. Well, you're seeing a blatantly homosexual gay man in front of you, Leafy. You know,
and then
it ain't Egyptian hieroglyphics.
And then Nick goes, the first thing about that tweet, and then he's like, oh, that's fake. And then Leafy's like, oh, yeah, okay, it's fake. It's like, well, no, it's not fake, actually. There's an archive of that fucking tweet somewhere. Yeah, I mean, I don't have the archive right on me, but that's real. Like, all that shit's real. It's not fake.
I will say, though, I don't think Jaden came out the best.
Well,
Jaden
no, but it was
come on the attack the whole time instead of defending the Ultros shit and trying to deny all knowledge of Ultros. I mean, that kind of seemed fun to me.
Yeah, but it wasn't really his fault because it's like, what does Ultros even matter to this conversation really anyway? And then,
well, this is it. That's all Jaden should have said. Jaden should have said,
well,
yes,
he tried.
Ultros, and then let's move on. You know, because that's all Nick had. That and the Spider-Man kid.
Right, and then he just kept repeating it. And it was just, I don't know. It was just dishonest tactics. Jaden went in as if it was going to be an actual conversation and it was going to be at least slightly moderated, and the deck was completely stacked against him to the point where Leafy just threw him off the call, right?
I mean, it wasn't a fair ending because I think by the time he was thrown off the call, Jaden was sort of back on his feet again. He was off the ropes. He was landing some haymakers, so it's tough.
It's tough, and I felt a little bad because, like, you know, I'm used to big fights like that, right? But I wanted to get Jaden in there, but I was like, and I'm not saying he did, you know, I'm not throwing him under the bus at all, anything like that. I thought he did the best he could under the circumstances.
Yeah, he did the best he could. He did the best he could.
Yeah. But I wanted to get him on there. I wanted to give him a shot at Nick, quite frankly, because Nick's been running against him, you know, for a while too. But Nick, you notice he was more confident against him though, because they're old friends, and he was used to like trying to push this guy around, right, and talking over him, and like you know, he has a way with him, whereas you know he ain't gonna push me around. If he would have fucking put me on the call, he knows what would have happened. Like, you're not gonna.
Well, you know he's shook. I mean, we've read the text messages where he's saying he's afraid. He's afraid of speaking out. He's afraid of doing anything in case you come at him. Fuentes kind of knows the game. He knows with Jaden, like, it's his former bitch boy, his former slave, and shit like this. A lot of these faggots that have snaked, like Patrick Casey and I guess RPG, they're sort of on Nick's level in a way.
Right.
But with you, you're completely fucking different. And he knew that when he brought you aboard, when he was using you as his attack dog. He knew that, but it was a successful formula. I mean, you were the #1 person on Cozy every single time you went live. Outside of Nick Fuentes, you were the #1 person on that site, consistently. You brought so much traffic and views. Money, I guess, to pay the servers for Nick. All of that was down to you. And all he had to do was show a bit of deference, a bit of respect.
Yes.
And he just couldn't do it. But he could show it to Sneeko.
Well, yeah, because he's gay.
Because he's a gay.
But you're right. All he had to do was show just the slightest bit of respect. You know what I mean? Just acknowledgement, right? And then in Florida, they were clearly running an op against me, dude. You think all those, there were like, I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tweets, and you need to go home and you need to do this, and like, fuck you, and if you did this for Nick, you know, you would go home, and this and that. And it was because he organized that. They organized that shit on Telegram. And I know how they work already, so I immediately know that I'm getting opt. Well, the first thing I did was...
Damn right, Ralph. This is it. We know how they fucking work now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the first thing I did was text Milo Yiannopoulos.
Mentor Milo.
Mentor Milo, that's right. I said, okay. I was like, you want to go to school? All right, well, I know an old teacher who's probably ready to lend a helping hand, if I had to guess. And we game planned that whole thing out for days, to the point where I was putting out those videos, and that was my idea. But I was talking to Milo the whole time, and I was like, we're gonna fucking wreck these faggots, because the fact they wouldn't even let me come to their Airbnb because I was drunk the day before. like treat me like a second-class citizen when I'm the #1 streamer on the site. I mean, Nick, really, I was #1 because
you're the only one that's straight, Ralph.
Yes,
I mean,
and just the slightest bit of respect, and it's like I'm not gonna get.
And here's the thing, Ralph. Like we have to. I mean, we were never ordered to, but it was sort of, it went without saying that you wouldn't fucking shit talk Fuentes. You wouldn't really fucking, no one would slight him in any way. You just kept it strictly to business and shit like this. But he was just allowed to just talk whatever shit behind the scenes. No fucking deference or respect. It's dishonorable, I guess. Well, completely dishonorable.
And then he had taken
faggotry behavior.
He had taken. That's right. Nobody could really say anything about him, but by God, he talked all kinds of shit about everybody. And you know what? I said this the other day on the show already, but when I saw what they did to Baked Alaska, and you know, I didn't think Bake should have went on Big Tech's show. I think, you know, maybe that was a bit disloyal or whatever, but and Big Tech baited him on there, right? But what they did to Baked, a guy who had, you know, whatever you think about him, and I like him, but you know, who had been there for Nick for years.
Baked went to fucking jail for Nick.
Yes, and they literally tried to bully this guy into suicide. That's how they wanted him to kill himself. I mean, that's how bad they wanted him gone. And the fact that they did that to Baked Alaska, I immediately started
to do the same to you, Ralph.
I know
they wanted to do the same to you.
Well, and that became clear in Florida. But I'd already took notes and saw what they did to Baked, and I was like, well, if they'll do this to Baked Alaska, then they'll do this to anybody. There's nobody they won't do this to. And then they started trying to do that to me in Florida. And try to push me around. It's like, I'm not, you know, I was always just a little too free. You know what I mean? Right? Like I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I may have been there kind of under the thumb a little bit, but I was still the Killstream. I was still just a little too free. I still had people like Mark Call It, people that Nick doesn't like, and, you know, people like that coming on my show and doing what I want. I was always just a little too free. And I still kept just that little sliver alive the whole time. And it was always there. And
well, you want to know my theory on this, Ralph? So obviously, like, I think Big Tech was propped up as a way to fucking get you off the site. I think they were view botting a lot of his shit. And then when you decided, okay, fuck this, you brought your guys in, you brought me and Dick. And then we just took over the site. And they realized that. Fuentes especially. And remember when they introduced that policy where we couldn't attack other cozy streamers? Yes. That was purely because of what we did.
Yes.
I mean, I was told stuff behind the scenes, and I'm sure you were told stuff behind the scenes where it's nothing to do with us. It's something to do with other people.
They told me it was for my benefit, actually. But what it was for is because Nick saw how the people could be turned against him. And
exactly.
Yeah, and he's seeing it now because we still got 2,400 viewers watching the stream. And, you know, my whole career has been revitalized, basically, by getting out underneath this faggot's thumb. And he saw what Big Tech had done, and he was worried about himself, right? And he saw you come in, and it's like, oh, it would only take one wave. And me and you know, we got more talent in our pinky. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, Nick doesn't have the skills that we have, quite frankly, just as an entertainer.
I think you said it earlier on this stream. I mean, I sort of went live just after you said it. But you said that Nick's not a fighter. He hasn't got what it takes to fight. He hasn't got what it takes to burn things down. He's not got the stamina or the metal. He's like a guy pretending to do it. But he hasn't got the showmanship. He's not got the talent. He's certainly not got the entertaining charisma. He's got no fight. And nothing was proven as much as it is tonight when he couldn't even face you. He had to turn-based RPG. He had to keep pausing the game, taking a walk and coming back to it.
It was like playing Hearts of Iron. It was like a Paradox Plaza.
Yeah, literally.
it's like, okay, fuck, okay, all right.
Behind, I mean, let's remember who fucking Leafy is, by the way. Chinless Wonder Leafy. Guy who was like stomped into the ground by Content Cop iDubbbz back in the day, and then fucking Ethan Clyde just nuked him from orbit.
They ended his career.
They fucking ended him. You know, he came back. It took him, 13 years to come back. And 20th of July, 2023. It ended again, Leafy, unfortunately.
And then how
we'll see you in another
do you think this guy is as stupid as he sounds, or is he just playing stupid?
I mean, I kind of think he's kind of shrewd in a way, because I mean, he wanted to string it out for as long as possible for the views in.
Sure.
Because I mean, obviously, it was the biggest stream ever, and it was trending massively on Twitter. So I can understand why he wanted to string it out, but he also had to appease fucking Turbo Spoke Nick Fuentes, who would bail if you even jumped on the call. So I understand like the business sense behind it, but the way he conducted himself just showed himself to be a massive sweeping faggot.
And it was just
Leafy ain't changed.
No, Leafy ain't changed at all. And it was like there was not even a sheen of impartiality, right? There were maybe for like the first hour or so there was, and that was only because there was huge support for me in his chat. But towards the end, and then once it was like 50-50, even with the Groypers in there trying to spam it and everything else, he knew that he had to like completely stack the deck basically, and he had to just try to bury me with Fuentes, right?
I mean, when he was obviously announced like Fuentes 1, Ralph 2, right?
Yeah.
It was an ocean. It was more twos than ones. That is the TLDR of that. And he was just saying it was 50-50. It wasn't 50-50,
No.
Like at all, even slightly.
No, it wasn't. And even at the end, I posted the evidence on Twitter. We won the final vote that he did on the stream. Like we won. It wasn't that close either. Like we won massively, even on a stacked deck, and I considered it was like, it's almost like fuck. Do you even want to participate in something like this because it's such a stacked deck and it's such like an unfair like weird format. But I wanted to get those licks in so bad, and I felt like getting some of that stuff exposed to a wider audience was worth it, honestly, to participate in that.
Well, here's the thing that Nick doesn't understand. He thinks if he just ignores you and pretends he's above it, it'll all just go away. When has that ever worked, Ralph? Did it work for Sargon? Do you remember Sargon? Did it ever work for him? I don't think it's ever going to work playing it that way. You either step into the ring and take it like a man, Nick, or... I mean, he's playing the Sargon playbook. That's where we're at, Ralph.
It's true. And it's never worked. It's never going to work. And all he did today, actually, he made a mistake. He shouldn't have even did what he did today because that just supercharged things.
He should have just stayed with his mom.
Yes, he should have stayed with his mom, and he should have just said, I'm not talking about Ethan Ralph, fuck him, and left. Because actually what he did, if you look at the sector, if you look at the commentary of the people who are actually plugged into this place and who follow this shit day to day, they all know I kicked his ass all over the place.
He's unified the entire sector, which is an incredible thing to do against one person, and that person is him. You think of all of these people, if they were all in the same room, they'd probably kill each other. No one would make it out alive. All of them are in unison calling Nick a faggot, and Leafy as well.
Yeah, and there's it's important enough to me to put all the petty shit to bed, honestly. Like, these people need to be snuffed out. They're the stuff with Ali Alexander. They're evil. They're actually evil. And he knew, I didn't know how deep the Ali Alexander stuff went until I talked to Milo and some people afterwards. And it's like, this guy, not only did he know.
I don't think any of us know. I mean, I didn't know about the hush money payments until recently. I didn't really know about all of the shit that was going on, that Fuentes was actively involved. I just thought Fuentes looked the other way. But Fuentes was actively involved in covering a lot of this stuff up, contacting the victims, saying he'd do you get... Yeah, I mean, Fuentes has been doing some crazy shit behind the scenes. And not just for Ali Akbar, either.
No, for several people. I hear PPP seething
All
hard.
will become apparent.
PPP seething hard over the amnesty, saying he'll piss on your grave, Gunty. And Worski is saying the sole reason they won't team up is because of the Medicare masochist reveal. Well, you know what? Both you faggots are in my rearview mirror now, actually. I took your game over.
I guess you cost them their biggest donor ever, and you also stole their entire audience. Now you've got 4,081 watching. I think they've got 300 watching, so it's tough, Ralph. It's kind of fucking tough.
It's tough. Yeah. So, I did that to be generous.
What I want
actually.
to say, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
They've been A-logging Nick Fuentes and doing it in the most boring, stale way. Well, bro, the OG Pokemon are in town. Gen 1 Pokemon are in town, right? And we can do it a lot better than they could, like ever. It's literally been like Jaden McNeil and Andy Warski. Some competence is back in town, is all I want to say.
I agree with that 100%. And you look, and I said this the other day, and it's like, what has the Chemo Casino been doing for the last year and a half? You know what I mean? Like, I picked up this stuff 2 or 3 days worth of shit, and
you do it in 3 days, Ralph. You destroy the entire movement in 3 days. They've taken nearly 2-3 years now.
I can't.
Ineffectual,
it's been 2 years.
wet.
Yeah, it's been 2 years, and they're doing the like cum hunter stuff and this and that, and it's like, nigga, talk about him being a federal fucking agent. Talk about the pedophilia. Talk about the Ali Alexander stuff. Like, what are you guys dodon't right? Like,
they wouldn't even touch it. They wouldn't even touch the pedophilia or the federal agent stuff. They just wanted to point and I don't know, alternate between you and Nick if it was a slow news day. Do it for 12 hours every single day. Well, the boys are back in town is all I want to
say. The boys are back, and hey, I knew probably Fat Boy and the Cokehead wouldn't take me up on the offer, but
because they know we're going to steal their whole business. They know we're coming for the ice cream truck, Ralph.
We've already taken it. If you look at the A-log sector, if you look at just the sector in general, they've pretty much all coalesced around the Killstream now.
Nearly 6,000 watching, by the way, Ralph. So.
Yeah, shit just jumped. 6K viewers. I mean, that's the biggest stream I've had in 3 years.
History.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a history-making day, and they're sitting there talking about, oh, we're going to piss on his grave. We're going to do this and that. If you were smart, you would have taken me up on the offer.
Yeah, I think, if you were smart, you'd have done that. Unfortunately, the casino's under new management.
I was talking about that with Perspic, actually. And I was like, you notice how slowly Warski has taken over the operations there? And like the planning and how he speaks more now, and there's no, it's clearly under Warski's management now, right? And that's not a good manager.
I think the Gaming Commission's going to take over and bring things back to how they should be.
Well, I know I'm ready, and sounds like you're ready too.
I'm ready as well, Ralph. It's re-energized me, definitely. This is a game-changing moment. Very rarely do we see shit like this in the sector. I mean, for the past few years, everything's been a sort of status quo.
Yeah, it's been.
You've been the focal point. You've been the easy target that they could all grift around. But now they're shook. Now they know it was all AstroTurf bullshit, and they have to go at Fuentes at all costs. But they don't have faith in their ability to do it because they know that in one day you've become the #1 America First A-log. In one day, in 2 days, you've done what they couldn't do in 2 years.
It's unreal. I mean,
unreal.
What? I just can't, what are they doing even, right? Like, I just can't understand it. They know I just took their whole game. Like, what are they going to do now? Right? Like, I guess just talk shit about me. Well, everybody's on my side. Everybody agrees with me. The Killstream's rejuvenated. People want to see Fuentes burn for good reason.
All they have to do, Ralph, is bend the knee and show a bit of deference. Show a bit of respect, eh?
Yeah. Somebody else.
To the creator.
The creator, you caught that one earlier.
Without them, they wouldn't have eaten the past 2 years. Without you,
that's right.
There wouldn't have been a meal on that table, Ralph. And they know it.
They know it, and they know that. What's funny is I never really thought about this, but a lot of these people who've been fucking with me for years, and who've been after me are actually my fans. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they were just wanting me to go back to the 2018, 2019, 2020 Ralph, right? They just wanted
they wanted the fire back.
Yeah, they wanted the fire back. They wanted the old Killstream back, not this, Nick sucking bullshit. And let's watch a Zerka video and, and spend 20 or an hour and a half watching Sneeko talk about whatever bullshit or date Melina or whatever. And it's like, this shit is garbage. That shit is garbage, and that's not what the Killstream is. That's not what the Killstream is. And I look at the last summer, it was a cruel summer. There was some good stuff there.
It was a very cruel summer last summer.
But for the most part, that Cozy run was complete trash, particularly towards the end, where it's just like, man, there's the hits are few and far between, and there's just a lot of stale bullshit, and you're having to defend these fucking just weirdo freak
The
faggots.
moment they put that policy in place where
out.
we couldn't call Big Fag a fucking fag that brutalized his own kids, the moment they put that in place, it was over. It was dead. But the writing was on the wall, and I checked out.
You checked out immediately.
I was like,
I could tell.
Yeah.
I could hear it in your voice, by the way. I could hear it in your voice. I knew when you were on air live when we read through the policy, and I could hear it in your voice. I knew for sure. I was like, Godwinson's gone, dude. I was like,
but you know what?
He's out.
Still, I kept the silence. I didn't
No, you
immediately
didn't.
stake, put the promo. I showed the bit of respect. I mean,
you
alas.
did. You did, but you had a line, and you're like, well, there goes the scripts for my next 3 shows or whatever. And I was like, he's out of here, dude. I was like, there's no way he's out of here. The writing was on the wall.
Fortunately, I can go back into the archives and pull out a few other scripts. A few other scripts there from days long ago.
By the way,
when Nick
they just
ran the country mile and shit his pants, Ralph. Remember that one?
Yeah, actually, I forgot about that one. I should have brought that one up today. By the way, you were just banned from Cozy, Godwinson. I don't know if you know that.
It took him long enough. It took him long enough.
Oh, they just banned you live for appearing on a much better program and platform than Cozy. Just unbelievable. And then the fact this little idiot trying to fuck a brothel
The
too.
reason why I was on for so long is apparently Nick was a fan, so he thought I'd turn against the Ralph. I think that's what he was thinking.
Well, yeah, that's what he would think historically, because, you stay log me basically, right? Like, and go after me. But I always had a healthy respect for you. I've talked about this before, because you're a good entertainer, right? I found myself watching your stuff and laughing, and it's talking shit about me, right? And still enjoying it. And so I always liked you and had a respect for you as an entertainer.
Expect, Ralph? You brought me on. It was because of you that I went on. If you were not there, I would not have gone on Cozy.
Oh, no. Yeah, I brought you in because I was like,
so what? They expect me to just prop up that site with you, God? Me and RPG and Big Fag will prop up Cozy T. I'm good. I'm good. Not today.
By the way, let me tweet that out. What did you think about Sneeko also? I bodied Sneeko just randomly.
Yeah, fuck Sneeko.
That guy, I don't have any respect for that clown, actually. Then he always tries to act like he doesn't know who I am.
Is it true that he was in gay pornography, or is that a Jaden McNeil lie?
I believe that's true. I know he did, like,
oh my lord,
gay photography, you know what I mean, and gay modeling. I don't know.
There's no difference.
Yeah, there's really no difference. For me, there's no difference. And most likely, if you got involved in that, you probably got involved in the other too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm gonna tweet this out too. You can talk for a second while I tweet this out.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say what a historic fucking night it's been. It's been a long time since the sector's been like this, where, I mean, alliances have shifted all across the map. People have lost their livelihoods overnight. Yesterday's winners are today's losers, literally in real time. It's amazing. We've had an old face come back from days of yore, Leafy, who I've not even heard of since 2016, I guess. Also cast back into the fucking Shadow Realm. You had Ralph. Ralph, by the way, stood strong, did not yield, held the line. Bear in mind, at this point last week, people were saying it was over for Ralph. He was going to blow his brains out, suicide watch. Even at the point where you had turned against Fuentes and you put the docs of the rally out there, They were all celebrating, saying, okay, that's it. Ralph's lost everything. No more cozy. It's time for him to pull the trigger. That's what they were saying, and they were salivating at the mouth as they were doing so.
They really thought that
It's
was
funny
the
how
case.
times change, Ralph. Isn't it funny how a few short hours can...
It's really funny how times can change, and I have to say, I know a lot of people don't like him, but it honestly was Milo who woke me up from my slumber, where it's just like, you know what, fuck these guys. And Milo said it best. It's like, you know, me and him, we got some similarities with Fuentes, I guess. We're both kind of petty sometimes. We're both kind of vindictive here and there. And I went after some people, and I fucking doxed Medicare Masochist, right? Like, that was kind of petty and fucked up. But deep down...
Medicare Masochist.
Well, that's what
Fuck him. What's his name? I'll scream it.
I don't know.
Fuck
Actually,
that faggot.
but we doxed him, and... but deep down, me and Milo are actually...
Medical Masochist. Oh, boo-hoo. Bear in mind, this is a guy that was trying to triangulate where your child was.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Oh, we should fucking cry a river over Medical Masochist. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, that's why they said they wouldn't accept the amnesty, by the way. Because of...
if they'll die on Medical Masochist hill, then so be it. So be it.
But you know, I saw tweet after tweet where people were like celebrating because they thought that that I was gonna kill myself, basically.
Oh yeah, I mean, even those two were clapping and celebrating and laughing, and they were in so much joy because they thought you were gonna kill yourself.
I thought it was over. All right.
They were screaming, pull the fucking trigger and
0.0182
shit like
XMR.
this,
Yeah.
you know.
We believe in Godwinson,
How
immortal
times
leader of our
change.
race, gift of providence, greatest figure of all time, alive in our hearts today and forever.
Things have been
We
rearranged.
believe in his holy cause,
It
the
really
new
has
order,
been just
fulfillment of Aryan destiny,
complete
in accordance with eternal law.
realignment.
It's been a flipping of the script, Ralph. We flipped the script. I mean, that's what's happened.
By the way, Medicare Masochist, I got sent this. I don't want to say by who, but I thought you might like to see this. This one we haven't actually shown. I'm glad you hate this little faggot as much as me. And yeah, and I'm glad you reminded people just of all the dirty shit this fucker was trying
Not
to
even
do.
the fucking tip of the iceberg on that shit. I mean,
No.
all of the shit around Kingpin 1, this guy, crowdfunding it.
Yeah. You know he's
I mean,
a
let's
male
rewind
nurse,
what
by
happened
the
at
way.
fucking Kingpin 1, fucking bomb threats, swattings, you getting like attacked by random strangers. I mean, a lot of fucking crazy shit can be laid at the feet of Medical Masochist.
Yeah, and he bankrolled it. And
Bankrolled it.
clearly got a kick out. Did you hear me call him? I called him live on air.
I missed that.
You missed that? Oh,
I didn't even know this piece of shit was doxed. I thought I doxed him like 5 months ago because it was some tranny that Warski was sending DMs to.
No, we got him. We got him, and then I'd had the email for a couple of days, and I just had
there
to
he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
And
Looks
I just
kind of like a shaved flamenco. Don't you
it
think?
does actually. But I'd had the email for a couple of days, and I just hadn't checked it. And then I went and looked through, and you know how I got doxed? He had sent, first off, the post leaks or the Chudbud leaks, one of them. He had messaged Jim and said, "Hey, this is me, Medicare."
What, with his full name and address?
No. With one of his accounts, he messaged and said, "Hey, this is Medicare Masochist." Well, then, okay, so that happened, and then that got poured over. Well, Warski on air, I guess they were doing some video game stream or whatever on Kick. Warski accidentally shows his Discord, and and it shows the screen name, and it's like, "Hey, here's my phone number." I guess he was going to try to hang out with him in person or whatever.
After he gave him all that money.
Yes, Warski doxed him. Warski doxed him, and then
fucking doxed
well, but
the guy.
but wait, it wasn't under the name Medicare Masochist. It was under his Chudbud's name or his post name or whatever. But you know how the sector is. People went through and triangulated and figured it out and doxed him and sent me the information and sent me his fucking phone number too. And I called him up live on air, and it's so funny. I'll have to get it clipped out for you and send it to you because I'm like, "Hey, what's up, Medicare Masochist? How's it going?" He's like, "What? What? Who's this? Wait, what?"
What
Yeah.
cat got your tongue, faggot?
And then he quickly hung up. He basically, he confirmed it was him, right? And he did.
Yeah, he ran to the hills as well. Ran to the hills.
Oh,
Never to be seen again.
oh, it's clipped.
You know
Oh, it's
what?
clipped
If
in
I
the
was
drive.
Kino Casino, Ralph, I mean, they don't have their #1 donator anymore. I mean, you'd expect them to just constantly, let's get Jaden McJudas on his third chair, you'd think, so they can just hook in Ultros and secure themselves. Instead, it's all, I mean, it's over, isn't it?
I mean, I don't see. I just took their whole game away, pretty much.
They took that whole game and did it better than they ever could. I mean, if you want proof of that, 2 years compared to the 2 days that it's taken, Ralph.
I mean, just look at what we. It's staggering what's happened this week. And I.
So what's this faggot's name, Ralph? What is Medical Massacre's
What is
name?
his name? Can we get that sent? Hold on, let's see. I know someone's listening right now. I have people, that Godwinson. So actually, I have it.
I think we've got the same people, Ralph. I'm just looking at
you heard about that? Yeah. Well, we're sharing a few staffers here and there.
We've got a few guys working overtime on double hours.
A few top men that we have there. All right, let's see. I'll see if I can find that. Well, let me see if it's already been sent to me. Actually, let me see. I'll look it up in my email. Masochist. Wait, there it is. Joshua Michael Galt, a male nurse.
Why are they all called Joshua?
I don't know. That's weird to me.
Why are they all called Joshua? Joshua Broken Dick Moon. Total amnesty, by the way. I can't give an amnesty to this guy, but got Joshua Clayton Connor, Flagmaker, the pedophile. I mean, I can't give that guy an amnesty.
Well, okay, maybe
just a slightly over the line.
All right, look, it was a bit of a rhetorical flourish, maybe.
Yeah.
For some people, I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't think Flamenco's included in the program. And
did you see Flamenco trying to come back? By the way,
no.
I covered it earlier, but some of his Discord DMs have leaked, where he's saying now's his chance to come back.
Dude, will this guy just log off before he fucking ends up killing himself? Like, it's going to get worse for him, too. There's more out there. I keep saying this about Flamenco, but, like, literally.
There's way more out there.
Dude.
He's lucky that, people lost interest.
Well, his new thing now is, I did see some of this on Twitter. He's just like an open lolicon, basically. Which is kind of strange. Oh, I have the call, by the way. Can you hear my audio over the air? Let me see.
Maybe.
Let me see. I think you should be able to. Let me see if can you hear this first?
What a great argument.
Can you hear that?
No.
Fuck. Okay, let me see if I can fix that. I don't know why it's like that now. Settings. Speaker. It should play that. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. Let's see.
We'll just play it anyway. I'll catch it on
yeah. Fine. You're right. I know. I'm stalling. All right, let's pull it up. By the way, let me see if we got I think I got a little surprise here too. Let's see. Let's see. Also, I'll message it to you. I wonder if we can do this. Let's see. Actually, yeah. Let me message it to you because I want to live react to it with you. Because if not, it's not as funny. All right, we'll do it the old way. Now, some of you new guys may not understand, but before I was able to pipe the audio through and stuff like that, we would have to pull up the clips and actually just like time it and count down.
Yeah.
And start like that. And that's how we're about to do it. All right, do you see the link? I sent to you on Telegram.
Just send it to me on Twitter because I'm on my phone on Telegram.
Okay, let's see. On the 2007?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I just saw. See, man, I missed just about everything on Twitter. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, that's good.
All
right, 1 sec.
Holy shit, the memes coming out from this are crazy. Like the whole.
You seen Leafy as the broom yet?
Oh, dude.
Sweepy? They've done him as a broom. His face.
Dude, I got a video. Hold on, we'll do that one next. The whole everybody's coalescing around the Killstream now too. This is just insane. I mean, it feels good too. It's like a good feeling, honestly. All right, do you see the link?
It's loading slowly, Ralph.
Yeah, it takes a second. Just wait till it gets pulled up, and then we'll. Catbox takes a minute for some reason. I don't know why.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now let's see. All right. We'll go on 3, 2, 1, and then go. And on go, hit it. So 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. By the way, let me see if we got a. I think I got a little surprise here too. Let's see. Surprise. Let's see. I wonder if we can do this. Let's see. Let's see. 9, 6, 4, 7, 5, 3. Okay, let's see. I don't have it hooked up to the Roadcaster, but. So he doesn't answer on the first one, but. And that's some pedophile groiper, by the way, there on the screen. That Packy dude.
It's been forwarded to an automated voice messaging.
Oh.
Yeah.
916.
I let his number play
4,
too.
7 8 8. It's
Huh.
not available.
Not available. Wow, that's weird. Well, that's Medicare Masochist, actually, that I just called up on air. I was thinking, if we were going to do a PPP show, he would want to be involved. And that's Medicare Masochist, Joshua Michael Galt, who lives out in Cali. Actually, I won't give his full details away, but he foolishly doxed himself, and. So, welcome to the Killstream, Joshua Michael Galt, age 35, because you just made your debut. Hello, Medicare Masochist. How's it going? Why didn't you answer that call, buddy?
Call.
You know what? Let's give him another chance. Let's give him another chance. Hold on. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe, maybe we can still get him on here. We just want to talk. What's the problem here? We're just having fun online. Like, it's no big deal, right? It's no big deal. You probably shouldn't have gave dumbass Worski all that information, huh? Come on, man.
This is Josh.
Hey, what's up, Medicare Masochist? How's it going, man? This is Ethan Ralph. You're live on the Killstream.
I have no idea.
Yeah, you do. How's it going, Medicare Masochist? Hey, hung up!
Got him.
Got him. All right, I'll stop it there.
You reckon he just threw his mobile phone at the wall?
He just threw it in the garbage. By the way, hey, let's do this one next, too, because I was wanting to play this. This is Richard Spencer, actually. I'll send this to you. Describing Nick Fuentes. I don't know if you remember this or not. And there's a couple I want to play too. There's all kinds of memes and stuff coming out. I mean, you talk about, oh man, people are just united against burning these faggots to the ground, dude. Like, it's crazy. All right, let's see. Okay, I sent you. Oh wait, I sent to the wrong person. Hold on, sorry. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Let me know when you got it pulled up.
Yeah, I got this.
All right, now. You ready? All right, we'll do it the same way.
One moment.
Okay.
Just 1 second here, Ralph.
The Kino Dogma.
Yeah, for real. Real Kino Dogma analysis. All right, I got this.
Are you ready?
All right. Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
What a great argument, you dumb little piece of shit.
Wow.
If I ever fucking see you, you better watch it. I am serious.
Is that a
No
threat?
one fucking accuses me of that fucking bullshit.
Is that a threat? Are you threatening
You
me?
think that fucking
Are you threatening me?
Are you threatening me? Swanny little boy, you think I'm fucking joking? Are you threatening me? Is that a serious threat? I am so fucking. You are such a piece of fucking shit. I can't even describe it. You little fucking Swanny stick. Is this a threat? What do your parents look like? I'm just curious. Are you threatening me right now, Richard? Look like? Were they my maid? I'm just curious. Did they clean my fucking house? Wow. Fucking Mexicans.
Yes.
Wow.
Put it in his face, Richard.
Legitimate question. You fucking loser. You fucking peasant. Oof. Oof. If I ever fucking see you anywhere, I'm gonna kick the living shit out of you. Antifa does not accuse me of being a fucking child molester for supporting that shit. This demonstrates how fucking hollow and wicked you are. Just seeing human beings. Wow.
He's right.
I can tell you're very upset.
Yeah, where's the lie?
He was right.
Wow, you dumb fucking Mexican peasant. Wow. Like sensational. You wanna clean my fucking room? You didn't do my fucking laundry, you little fucking bitch. I can tell you're upset. I can tell you're upset.
By the way, I love the Mexican people.
This
For the
guy
record.
measured up to me.
Yeah, he did.
Tell me how you really feel, Rich. On the totem fucking pole, I piss on you, you little fucking peasant. Wow. Fuck yourself. You better. Wow. Is that all you fucking say, you dumb? I'm exasperated. Wow. I'm exasperated. If I ever fucking see you, Nick, you better hope and pray you never fucking see me in public. Is that a threat? Fighting words. Fighting words. I think that's a threat. I think that's a threat. All right.
All right, and then pull up that next tweet that I linked you to, because the memes going around on Sweepy are hilarious.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me know when you got that pulled up.
Yeah, I got this.
Let's see. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Yeah. Sorry, Gator. My rival. I'm on the way home, bitch. My rival is fucking imminent. Let's fucking go.
You've made that iconic, by the
way. Well, I'm glad you got Freebird tonight.
I know, I had to. We finally got it finished. By the way, we major support. I barely was able to get through it from the super chats. I did turn down the super chats while Godwinson was on. So if you've seen any, they probably still popped on the screen, I think. But I wanted to have a conversation.
Well, I am going to bounce.
With a fellow kid.
It's quite late
it's
here,
late
I have
there.
to be up very soon. So
get you some sleep, brother.
I just wanted to celebrate the victory, drink the mead together.
Yes.
And declare that we're here to take over. I guess it's a new world order.
It's a new world order, and we're coming. Thank you, sir.
We're coming. All right. Thank you, Ralph. Cheers.
Cheers. Godwinson, the legend. Thank you for calling in, sir. If I had my Roadcaster plugged in.
Godwinson, Heil. Sent 0.0182 XMR. We believe in Godwinson's movement, the true, undivided body of his followers, instrument of his will. Consecrated by the immortal blood of the martyrs of our race. The only way to world redemption through him. Heil Godwinson, Heil. Heil. O/1488.
Thank you for that. Also, the power chat, let me turn that back. That should be back to regular now. So if you send any power chats in, I don't know if they paused it or if I just didn't hear them or whatever, but yeah, I think they paused it. So let me run those through. Sorry.
Anonymous sent $3 Godwinson banned from Cozy.
Yeah. Simply for coming on the Killstream. Wow, they're definitely not mad at all about what happened today.
Asmaster33 sent $10 PPP, sweeping his chat hard.
He better be careful. He might have a heart attack. Why is he such a moron?
Oh, Ashton, you in trouble now, boy. Here's a song
I'm gonna take some callers.
Friends, just for you, buddy. You earned it. Here goes. Obie's fuck. You don't don't see the writing on the wall.
Let's take a few callers.
Seething hot.
$7 grand
You're
live.
getting more and more, you've lost it all. But maybe sometime, if you feel the pain, you'll find you're all alone. Everything has changed. Dad got blacked. Then there's Uncle Norman, he's a Fed. See the down. Your catfish is called Snacks and she's a dude. You know that in some ways you're much worse than me. You're just a grifting whale, and your name's PPP. I shouldn't display his anus, spread his cheeks and showed his hole.
The casino's closed. The Killstream's back, bitch.
All he needs is a pair of heels. Going back to the frozen cabin, fed caterpillar. Open up.
Is that God?
All I know is that it's not Kino.
Who's that singing?
And he killed his kid. Succubus. Order of the 9 angles, my God.
It's got everything, too.
He can't hide the
Oh, it's Asa. It's Asa. It's Asa Larry. Asa Larry, excuse me. He's so fucking funny.
And we'll break the man. Ashton displayed his anus, spread his cheeks and showed his hole. You got eliminated and look like a fat. Gonna be a blob in motion. All he needs is a pair of heels. Going back to the frozen cabin, fed caterpillar. Turned his back on all his friends. You can say it is what it is. He's become the fat caterpillar from Bug's Life, baby. From Bug's Life, baby.
Now that was some
Just
good shit.
once
Oh,
in
there's more.
his life, a man has his time,
Retweet this.
and my time
We're
is
gonna take
now.
some callers.
I'm coming alive. Can't face the music, baby. My co-host is getting high. Feel like a tart again. I wish
Follow the
I could
channel.
fly. Gonna be a
Hit the
blob in
thumbs
motion.
up.
All he needs is a pair of heels. Going back to the frozen cabin. Caterpillar. Ashton displayed his anus, spread his cheeks and showed his hole. You got laminated and looked like a fat dyke. Gonna be a blob in motion. All he needs is a pair of heels. Going back to the frozen cabin, fed caterpillar. Ashton, you snake your best friends. You can say it is what it is. You can
All right, now let's take some callers. We're gonna do that.
Thank you for watching this clip. This is the CACA. Remember to like and subscribe.